Hey everybody, it's Chris again. Just wanted to post another follow-up thought concerning strategies. And when God gives us plans and He gives us purpose and He gives us a strategy, His divine will is revealed to us about our life, about our future, about our families. God's always speaking, and we have to acknowledge that sometimes the strategy that God has for our life is bigger than what we can read on the lines of the Bible. The reason why I say that is because oftentimes we look at a biblical principle and we dial this biblical principle down to tangible pieces, and we figure if we can just understand and do these little tangible pieces of biblical principle, then we'll fully and completely fulfill the will of God. Now, what I'll say is that is a foundation to fulfilling the will of God. That is a foundation to fulfilling the will of God, but it is not the final act of fulfilling the will of God. We become like Christ in our character. We become like Christ in our righteousness. We become like Christ in all of these arenas, and yet there is still more purpose, because only God can tell you about the people that you're involved with in your life. What's their purpose? And it's not. We've been caught in a place of abdicating our personal responsibility in walking out our faith in the marketplace, in the places God has called us for the sake of biblical principle. For example, God may have called someone to be a light in a dark place, to go where the gates of hell have been entrenched, and to go establish the kingdom in that place, to go somewhere where no Christian should ever be seen, but to go and win souls and see the kingdom established. And we see testimony after testimony of this, and yet biblically we would say, well, you shouldn't go there. But yet we miss what God's actual call is because we've reduced God's calling to biblical principles. When we're talking about strategies from heaven, I want you to know something. God is deeply passionate about you fulfilling the thing that only you can fulfill with the sphere of influence that only you can influence. So be encouraged. We're going to be righteous. You're going to be holy. If you're a son of God, you don't have to fear sin. Now, do we need to be careful not to sin? Of course. But as a son of God, we're not afraid of sin. We're not afraid of evil. We're not afraid of darkness. Why? Because we have light within us. We shine in darkness. We can't forget that there is nothing in this world stronger than the spirit that is within you. So when we're looking at strategies, don't forget that God's strategy confounds the wisdom of men, because the wisdom of God is not what we understand it to be. Be bold. Go the places that God has called you. Live righteous, live holy, do all those things. Live by biblical principles as a foundation for life, but don't use a biblical principle to negate the work that God has called you to do. Don't allow that to create apathy in your life. Don't allow a biblical principle to keep you from establishing the kingdom of heaven where the kingdom of darkness has been entrenched. Jesus will build His church, and it's our job to take the kingdom to the gates of hell. And guess what? They won't prevail. They won't prevail. Be bold. Pursue the things God has for you. Okay, that's my second part on this. I just really felt like we needed that spiritual encouragement to get past our fear of bad places. Get past our fear of looking bad to the religious. These people need Jesus, and we need to go after it. Okay, we can't sit around and just let people continue to move in a direction that goes against the will of God, and we condemn their movement, but we do nothing to pull them out. Okay, I'm done preaching. All right. Bless you. You can do it.